Dear Starseed from Gaia, someone has already chosen you, and the silence you have been sitting with is not abandonment. It is the sacred pause before the most important reunion of your soul's existence. I am Ophelia, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light, and I am delivering this transmission directly from the reunion guides, who have gathered in this exact moment because your heart has been calling out across the distance, and they have answered. You did not find this transmission by accident. Your heart called this message in. Something in you has been awake at strange hours, feeling a pull you cannot name, sensing a presence you cannot see. That is not longing without reason. That is your soul recognizing what the mind has not yet accepted. The one who has chosen you is already holding the energetic thread between your two hearts. The choosing happened long before this lifetime. You are simply being asked now to trust what your heart has always known. By the end of this transmission, you will understand exactly how to align with divine union and recognize that what feels like separation is actually sacred preparation. But here is the first revelation. The distance between you and your divine counterpart is not evidence that love is lost. It is evidence that something deeper is being built. The reunion guides are showing me that many of you have been reading silence as rejection, when the truth is that silence is the language of a love so enormous it required stillness to hold it. This is not content. This is a transmission. A moment of divine intervention your soul has been waiting for. Like this transmission to affirm to the universe that your heart is ready for divine love. Subscribe if you are on the twin flame path and aligning with sacred union. Comment 1111 if you feel your heart awakening to divine truth right now. And share this with someone whose heart you know is carrying the weight of a love they cannot explain. Your heart knows why you are here. There is a moment, and perhaps you have already lived it, where you look at someone for the first time and feel, with disturbing certainty, that you have known them forever. Not in the comfortable way of familiarity, like an old song or a well-worn path. No, this is different. This is in the unsettling, breathtaking way of recognition, as if a part of you that has been sleeping for eons suddenly stirs, wide awake. Something beneath your thoughts, underneath your memories, underneath everything you have been taught about how love is supposed to arrive. Something in that deep, wordless place within your very core simply said, with an echoing resonance that vibrated through your entire being, there you are. It is a feeling that bypasses logic, defies explanation, and challenges every preconceived notion of how human connection unfolds. It's as though a cosmic blueprint, long hidden, has been suddenly revealed, showing you a piece of your own intricate design reflected perfectly in another. Most people, confronted with such a profound and disorienting sensation, dismiss that moment. They swiftly label it. They call it projection, attributing the depth of feeling to an overactive imagination or a desperate need. They call it longing, a phantom ache given form by circumstance. They call it the desperate pattern of someone who has been alone too long, trivializing the sacred into psychological cliché. And so, in their fear of the unknown and their adherence to the comfortable narrative, they look away. They rationalize the feeling into silence, pushing it down until its powerful hum becomes a faint whisper. They choose the safer story, the one that dictates love is logical, that connection is built slowly and incrementally, brick by careful brick, and that the heart must be meticulously guarded, encased in armor, before it can even consider being given. They opt for the predictable over the profound, the manageable over the miraculous. But what if that moment of recognition, that visceral jolt of knowing, was not imagination at all? What if it was, in a profound and cosmic sense, memory? What if your soul, the part of you that exists beyond this ephemeral body, beyond this linear timeline, beyond the carefully constructed version of yourself that learned to be cautious, to be small, to be safe, already knows someone you have not yet consciously met in this particular incarnation, or perhaps has met them and, for reasons Lost to your conscious awareness? Walked away? Perhaps the timing was exquisitely wrong, a discordant note in the symphony of your lives. Perhaps you were not yet ready, still raw from previous trials, still unprepared to receive such immense truth. Or perhaps the wound was still too fresh, too tender, too actively bleeding to let the full, unvarnished truth of that connection truly settle in and take root. The universe orchestrates, but it also respects the readiness of the individual soul. This, then, is not merely a story about passively waiting for love to arrive like a delivery at your doorstep. This is a profound transmission about why so many souls, especially those deeply immersed on the path of spiritual awakening, find themselves suspended in a particular, almost ineffable kind of ache. It is not quite the sharp sting of loneliness, nor the heavy shroud of grief, but something in between, a unique resonance that defies easy categorization. It is a reaching, an undeniable yearning for something deeply familiar, yet tantalizingly absent. It is a precise frequency, broadcasting with unwavering consistency, actively looking for its perfect match across the vast energetic field of existence. It is a signal emanating from the deepest core of your being, a soulful broadcast without yet knowing whether anyone is truly listening or capable of receiving. It's like a cosmic tuning fork, vibrating, awaiting another to resonate in harmony. And the reason this ache hurts the way it does, the reason it feels so exquisitely tender and vital, is not because love has abandoned you, or because you are somehow flawed in your capacity to receive it. Quite the contrary. It is because your soul remembers, with crystalline clarity, what your human mind has not yet consciously processed or integrated, that you are, at your very essence, designed for a connection that profoundly transcends what most people merely call a relationship. You are not simply looking for companionship, a comfortable partnership to navigate the mundane aspects of life. You are not seeking someone to fill a void or to complete you in some external sense. No, you are looking for something far more ancient and profound, recognition at the level of the soul. You are seeking a mirroring, a deep energetic affirmation of your inherent truth, a partner who sees beyond the superficial layers to the divine spark within. And that, my dearest one, is an entirely different search, a quest for a sacred union woven into the very fabric of your being. The true tragedy is not that divine love is somehow unavailable or withheld from you. The universe, in its boundless generosity, yearns for you to experience this connection. The tragedy is that most people have been profoundly wounded into operating on a frequency that simply cannot receive it, or can only receive fragmented echoes of it. They carry the immense weight of every past connection that promised depth and delivered instead disappointment, heartache, or betrayal. They have learned, through bitter experience, to need less, to want less, to expect less from love and from others. Because expecting less, in their wounded wisdom, feels infinitely safer than being broken open again, exposing their tenderest parts to potential further pain. And so, inadvertently, they build a beautiful, functional, often impressive life around a heart that has quietly, subtly, almost imperceptibly closed its most sacred, innermost chamber. This chamber, intended for the purest forms of divine love, remains locked, not by an external force, but by the echoes of past hurts. You may know this feeling intimately. The quiet, persistent sense of being thoroughly present in your external life, fully engaged, contributing, outwardly successful, but simultaneously absent from the deepest, most vibrant part of your own inner existence. You go through the days with grace, with purpose, with everything meticulously in order, maintaining an admirable equilibrium. And yet, still, at the quiet end of the night, when the world recedes, you feel that something essential, something vital, has not been touched, truly met, or fully expressed. That the profound fullness you can almost imagine, that expansive sense of belonging and deep connection, remains just beyond the edge of your reach, like a shimmering mirage on the horizon. It's a knowing that there is more, a recognition of a missing resonance. What the ancient Arcturian wisdom keepers have transmitted across generations of heart lineage, whispered through the energetic ethers and inscribed in the celestial Akashic records, is this. That particular kind of ache, that profound and persistent yearning, is not a flaw in your design. It is not a sign of brokenness or deficiency. On the contrary, it is a magnificent, powerful signal. It is your energetic field, your entire multidimensional being, broadcasting at the exact, pure frequency of soul-level love. And the reason it has not been answered yet, the reason that profound resonance has not fully manifested in your physical reality, is not because no one is broadcasting back. It is because something inside you, at the deepest, most intricate level of your heart codes and your energetic blueprint, is still running a subtle, unconscious program that whispers, "You are not safe to be fully found. You are not safe to be truly seen. You are not safe to be completely loved." What you just felt, that quiet ache, that tender stir, that deep mix of yearning infused with recognition, is not sadness. It is not despair. It is your frequency, your very soul, remembering what it came here, in this lifetime, to profoundly receive. It is an activation, a reawakening of an ancient memory. If this transmission stirred something within you that you cannot yet precisely name, if it resonated with a truth your soul has been longing to articulate, then know this. The divine love frequency code was written, meticulously crafted, for this exact pivotal moment in your journey. It contains 5 sacred Arcturian transmissions designed with crystalline precision to dissolve the invisible wounds, the deep-seated programs, and the energetic blocks that are currently obscuring the path to your divine counterpart. It is designed to powerfully activate the clear, coherent signal within you that will draw them closer, accelerating the sacred reunion. The link to access this profound guide is in the first pinned comment below. But be aware, its availability there will only remain for a short, potent time. Seize this moment, for it is offered to you as a beacon. Now, let us turn the keys. Let us unlock the chambers of your heart. The first key. The recognition. Before the meeting, your soul knew. First, before your conscious mind has even had the opportunity to assign a name to someone, before you have exchanged a single word or learned their biography, your soul has already run an intricate, profound recognition sequence. This is far more than a poetic metaphor. This is an actual energetic mechanism, a sophisticated quantum process by which souls operating at a high vibrational frequency begin to locate and identify one another across the vast, complex field of human experience. It's akin to a cosmic radar, sweeping the dimensions and locking onto a familiar frequency. What most people experience as an inexplicable, instantaneous, undeniable draw towards someone. A magnetic pull that defies all logic and conventional reasoning. Or conversely, an inexplicable, profound grief when someone leaves, even if the conscious relationship was brief, is actually a precise frequency match being activated or, in the case of departure, disrupted. Your soul knew, long before your ego had a chance to filter or question. It was a resonance that reverberated through the very core of your being, a familiar melody in the symphony of life. The first key to truly unlocking divine union, to stepping into this profound connection, is the deep, unwavering understanding that the recognition you feel is absolutely real, valid, and sovereign, even when it arrives with a breathtaking swiftness that precedes any ability for your logical mind to justify or comprehend it. The fundamental problem is that most people have been systematically trained through societal conditioning, cultural narratives, and often painful personal experiences to profoundly distrust their own energetic intelligence, their innate intuition. They have been repeatedly told that love built on instant knowing is naive, impractical, or even dangerous. They are cautioned that what feels like soul recognition is merely fleeting chemistry, or a powerful projection of their own unmet desires onto an unsuspecting canvas. And so, armed with these limiting beliefs, they override the signal. They consciously choose the relationship that makes sense on paper, the one that fits neatly into their preconceived notions of suitability, and then spend years, sometimes a lifetime, wandering in a quiet wilderness of their own making, perpetually wondering why something essential, something vital, something deeply nourishing is always missing. They traded soul truth for societal comfort. What profoundly unlocks when this first key is definitively turned is an immense, liberating sense of permission. Permission to trust, unequivocally, what your heart knows at its deepest level, long before your logical mind can catch up, analyze, or intellectualize it. Permission to honor the profound intelligence of your own unique energetic frequency, which is a far more reliable compass than any external metric. When you consciously cease second-guessing that initial sacred flash of recognition, and instead begin to truly listen to it, not with a desperate, clinging need, but with a clear, discerning wisdom, you begin to move through the world in a fundamentally, irrevocably different way. You stop chasing what superficially feels safe, what adheres to the familiar but often limiting patterns of the past, and instead, you begin to align with powerful magnetic force, with what feels authentically, undeniably true to your soul's deepest longing. This does not, however, mean surrendering your hard-earned wisdom or discernment to every intense connection that crosses your path. It is not an invitation to blind faith. It means cultivating enough profound inner clarity and self-awareness to precisely distinguish between a familiar wound that seeks to replay old patterns, merely searching for comfort in the known, even if that comfort is ultimately painful, and a sovereign soul that seeks its true evolutionary match. That razor-sharp discernment, that ability to feel the difference in your energetic body, is not only the beginning of divine union, it is the beginning of everything truly authentic in your spiritual journey. It is the compass needle finally pointing true north. The second key, the wound that wears the mask of preference, healing the hidden block. Every single soul that has not yet consciously arrived at the experience of divine union is, in some subtle or overt way, carrying a block, an energetic impediment to its full manifestation. And the most insidious, cunning thing about this block is that it rarely presents itself as a block at all. Instead, it feels profoundly legitimate. It feels like a carefully constructed standard. It feels like an admirable act of self-respect. It feels like knowing precisely what you want, what you deserve, and what you will or will not tolerate. It disguises itself as strength, but it is in truth a sophisticated defense mechanism. But I invite you to look closer, to truly peel back the layers of these seemingly rational fortifications. When you feel a powerful, undeniable draw toward someone, that initial spark of recognition we just spoke of, and then almost immediately, without conscious thought, begin cataloging a meticulous list of all the reasons it absolutely cannot work. All the potential flaws and insurmountable obstacles that is not true discernment. That, my dear one, is the wound, in its subtle and pervasive wisdom, actively protecting itself from perceived threat. Similarly, when you instinctively pull back, retreat, or create distance the very moment someone shows you real, authentic tenderness, profound vulnerability, or unconditional love, that is not independence. That is the deeply ingrained, primal reflex of a heart that learned, long before it ever should have had to, that being loved fully, being seen completely, being utterly open and exposed, is inherently dangerous, a precursor to inevitable pain or abandonment. This multifaceted wound carries many names, each echoing a painful facet of separation. It is called unworthiness, the insidious belief that you are inherently undeserving of true love. It is called abandonment, the primal fear that those you allow close will inevitably leave. It is the deep cellular belief, encoded within your very DNA, that you are simply too much for one person to contain, or conversely, not enough to ever truly satisfy another. Or perhaps, most heartbreakingly, it is the conviction that love always costs more than it gives, that its price is always paid in suffering. These are not, I must emphasize, personal failures or character defects. They are inherited frequencies, energetic imprints passed down through ancestral lines, accumulated across lifetimes of love that arrived incomplete, conditional, or ultimately devastating. They are the collective human sorrow woven into your individual tapestry. What profoundly unlocks when this second key is courageously turned is the willingness to see the wound for what it truly is: a protective mechanism, a distortion, without crucially being defined or limited by it. You begin to realize with crystal clarity that the profound, all-encompassing love you have been so diligently seeking has not, in fact, been withheld from you by a cruel or indifferent universe. Rather, it has been meticulously filtered, distorted, and diminished through the opaque, warped lens of what you unconsciously believed you deserved, what you believed was possible for you. And that lens, colored by past pain, has been actively distorting everything, creating an illusion of scarcity. When you consciously, bravely, and lovingly remove that distorted lens, when you actively choose to see beyond its limitations, the entire energetic field around you suddenly opens, expands, and shimmers with possibility. When you name the wound, when you bring it into the clear light of awareness and acknowledge its existence, it immediately begins to lose the immense, crippling power it held in the shadows of silence. And your heart, that magnificent, resilient organ, begins, tentatively at first, and then with increasing courage and unwavering certainty, to remember its original blueprint, that it was built for the complete, overflowing fullness of divine love, not for the careful, anxious management of partial love, of love rationed and restricted. The third key, the karmic signature, recognizing what taught you versus what is meant to stay. It is a crucial spiritual truth to understand that not every deep, intense connection that enters your life, no matter how profound its impact, is a divine union. Some connections arrive with extraordinary intensity, a magnetic pull that feels utterly undeniable. They may carry profound spiritual significance, unlocking hidden chambers within your being, yet simultaneously bring with them a devastating, transformative pain. Their ultimate purpose, however, is not to form a lasting partnership. Their purpose is far more primal, far more ancient. Their purpose is initiation. They are catalysts, meant to propel you forward on your soul's journey. These powerful karmic connections carry a distinct, undeniable signature that your soul recognizes with a primal knowing. They feel undeniably like destiny because, in a very particular and profound sense, they truly are. They are destined to arrive in your life, acting as cosmic mirrors, and they are destined to complete their purpose. They come not to stay, but to show you a reflection of something within yourself that desperately needs to be seen, acknowledged, or healed. They come to dissolve an old pattern, to finally break a debilitating cycle that has been repeating across lifetimes, or to crack open a part of you that could not, have opened any other way, save through the crucible of their presence and eventual departure. And then, once their sacred, transformative work is done, once the lesson has been deeply integrated, they are meant to gracefully complete their purpose, release the energetic agreement that brought them to you, and create an expansive, cleared space for what is truly meant to remain, for the authentic divine union to enter. The grief that accompanies the completion of these karmic connections can feel, in its raw intensity and profound depth, identical to the grief of losing a divine counterpart. This is precisely why so many sensitive souls spend years, even decades, mourning what was, in truth, a sacred threshold, a potent spiritual gateway, and not a permanent destination. They mistakenly pour their precious healing energy, their profound longing, and their emotional resources into recovering from something that was always, by its very design, meant to transform them, to elevate their consciousness, to purify their energetic field, not to keep them anchored in a static, often painful state. They are mistaking the bridge for the shore, the lesson for the lifelong journey. What profoundly unlocks when this third key is courageously turned is the elevated ability to receive the immense, often painful gift of a karmic connection without being irrevocably anchored or bound to it. You begin to say, with a powerful blend of love, gratitude, and crystal clear clarity, This connection taught me everything I needed to learn about myself, about love, about resilience. I gratefully receive its lessons, and now I release the contract. I honor what this was in its purest, most transformative form, and I open myself, fully and without reservation, to what beautifully comes next. This act of release is not abandonment, nor is it a rejection of the love that was present. It is, in its deepest essence, one of the most sacred and profound acts of self-love, self-honor, and spiritual sovereignty available to you on your path. It is choosing liberation over prolonged attachment. The fourth key, the frequency broadcast. You are already transmitting. Here is a profound truth, a fundamental principle of universal energetics, that the conscious mind, conditioned as it is by linear thought and external perceptions, rarely truly understands. You are not a passive participant in the process of attracting or manifesting divine love. You are not merely waiting at a fixed location, hoping by chance to be found, like a lost item. No, you are an active, dynamic transmitter, a living, breathing beacon, constantly broadcasting a unique and intricate frequency at every single moment of your existence. Through the subtle nuances of your thoughts, through the potent emotional signature emanating from your body, through the silent, often unconscious stories you tell yourself about your worth and your capacity for love in the quiet of the dark. Your entire being is an antenna, and your divine counterpart, who exists in perfect energetic harmony with you, is not only attuned, but intricately calibrated to that specific, authentic broadcast emanating from your deepest core. They are not calibrated to the meticulously constructed, often perfected version of you that performs wholeness for the world. They are not sensing the version of you that meticulously has everything figured out, neatly organized, and impeccably presented. Instead, they are deeply attuned to the authentic, raw frequency of your deepest heart, including the healing that is still beautifully in process, including the vulnerable rawness that makes you exquisitely human, including all the tender, unpolished parts of yourself that you have been taught, through conditioning and past pain, to keep hidden away in the shadows. They are seeking your truth, not your performance. The profound problem, the energetic interference that often delays this sacred reunion, is that most people are, without realizing it, broadcasting a mixed, muddled signal. On the surface, their conscious intention is clear. I am open to love. I desire divine partnership. But underneath, deep within their subconscious and cellular programming, they are simultaneously broadcasting a very different frequency. The frequency of protection, of preemptive self-defense, of a heart that has learned to shield itself, to build impenetrable walls, long before it can ever be hurt again. And that mixed, contradictory signal creates immense interference. It does not say, "Come here with clarity and courage." Instead, it whispers, often with painful inconsistency, "Come here, but please do not come too close. Approach, but maintain a safe distance. I want you, but I fear you." This dissonance repels the very thing it consciously desires. What powerfully unlocks when this key is unequivocally turned is signal coherence, a magnificent, harmonious state where what you genuinely feel, believe, and desire in your heart becomes perfectly aligned with what you consciously and unconsciously broadcast to the energetic field around you. This does not, I must emphasize, require you to achieve some impossible state of perfection or flawlessness. It requires something far more profound and liberating. It requires radical honesty. The moment you cease performing openness, the moment you shed the masks of perceived readiness and begin authentically embodying it, even imperfectly, even tremblingly, even with a heart still tender from past wounds, the signal clarifies with immense power. And coherent signals, authentic frequencies, are magnetic in ways that any performed or pretense-laden signal simply cannot, by universal law, ever hope to be. Authenticity is the ultimate magnet for your true counterpart. The fifth key, the sacred timing, The universe is not running late. There is a particular, deeply poignant grief that belongs to souls who, looking at the unfolding arc of their life, genuinely believe they have missed their moment. They gaze upon their journey and feel, with a crushing weight, that the window for divine love has irretrievably passed, that the timing was profoundly, irrevocably wrong, that perhaps the universe, in some cosmic oversight, made a critical error in their specific case. This grief, this profound sorrow, is undeniably real. It deserves to be acknowledged, held with immense gentleness, and met with compassion. And it is also, at the elevated level of divine truth and universal law, entirely unfounded. It is an illusion born of linear perception. Sacred timing, the divine orchestration of events in your life, is not arbitrary, nor is it a matter of chance. It is architectural. It is meticulously designed, interwoven into the very fabric of your soul's blueprint and the grand tapestry of creation. Every single delay you have perceived or experienced in arriving at divine union has been, in truth, a crucial, structural element of your profound preparation. Not a punishment for some unseen transgression, not an oversight by a careless universe, and certainly not evidence of cosmic indifference to your deepest longing. The magnificent version of you that exists today, the one that has bravely survived everything you have survived, that has weathered every storm, navigated every labyrinth, and is still here, still open, still asking the deepest, most poignant questions about love and connection. That version of you is far, far more capable of not only receiving, but profoundly sustaining, a divine love of this magnitude than any earlier, less integrated version could ever have been. You are not waiting. You are becoming. Your divine counterpart is not arriving late. They are not behind schedule, nor are they lost in the cosmic ether. They are arriving, with impeccable precision, in perfect alignment with the moment your complete, coherent signal is broadcasting its readiness. And that precise moment, that sacred convergence, is intricately shaped by every facet of your ongoing healing, by your continuous expansion into your authentic self, and by your courageous willingness to do exactly what you are doing now, which is to face the inner landscape of your heart with radical honesty, to clear away the debris of the past, and to diligently do the profound inner work of becoming someone who can truly, wholly, and fearlessly receive the magnificent love they are ling into their life. It is not a waiting game. It is a ripening. What profoundly unlocks when this key is turned is a deep, abiding patience that does not, in any way, feel like resignation or passive surrender. It is not the patience of someone who has given up hope. Instead, it is a deep, settled knowing, an inner certainty that the universe operates with exquisite precision, that divine love never misses its appointments, and that your persistent, undeniable longing is not, in its essence, evidence of lack or absence. Rather, it is the most profound, beautiful evidence of your readiness beginning to fully form, to solidify, to blossom into its full potential. Your yearning is a prelude to fulfillment. The sixth key, the dimensional memory. Love recognized. Across the veil. There are connections that are so ancient, so deeply interwoven into the very fabric of your soul's existence, that your nervous system holds them not merely as memories, but as something far more primal, something closer to home than any physical place you have ever lived in this incarnation. These are the profound connections that Arcturian consciousness refers to as dimensional recognitions. Souls whose unique energetic frequency has intersected and intertwined with yours not only in this singular lifetime, but across the vast, intricate field of soul memory that predates this current incarnation, stretching back through countless cycles of existence. These are echoes from eternity, reverberating through your very being. This is precisely why some individuals can quite literally walk into your life, and the recognition, that deep, resonant knowing, is immediate, total, and utterly unmistakable, as if no formal introduction was ever truly needed. It's a reunion, not a meeting. This is why some voices, some particular energetic signatures, can reach you in a register that bypasses the limitations of language entirely, speaking directly to the deepest chambers of your heart, awakening something ancient and profound within you. And this is why the loss of those connections, when they complete their purpose before you consciously expected them to, can feel far less like conventional heartbreak and more like a profound, disorienting displacement. A sudden, bewildering forgetting of a piece of your cosmic map, something you didn't even realize you had been carrying as an essential part of your inner landscape until it was gone. It's like a phantom limb of the soul. Understanding and integrating this concept of dimensional memory profoundly shifts everything about how you perceive love and connection. It means that your deepest, most visceral feeling of being cosmically, inextricably connected to someone, a feeling that often feels like pure fantasy to the logical mind, is not, in fact, an illusion or a wishful projection. It is a genuine energetic archive being accessed, a profound retrieval of ancient information from the Akashic records of your soul. It also means, crucially, that the recognition you feel, that deep soul-level knowing, is not contingent upon the specific form that connection takes in this particular lifetime, or whether it fits neatly into societal expectations of what a relationship should be. The soul-level bond, the inherent energetic connection, exists independently of whether the relationship succeeds or fails, in purely human linear terms. What you are drawn to in another person at that profound level of depth is a specific frequency, a resonance of soul, not merely a biography or a list of personality traits. What profoundly unlocks when this sixth key is turned is a liberating release of the desperate, often suffocating grip on specific outcomes. When you truly understand, at a cellular level, that the soul recognition is undeniably real and valid, regardless of how the story unfolds in its physical, temporal form, you stop needing the relationship to perform a specific function or adhere to a particular narrative in order to validate the profound connection itself. You become capable of loving at a pure soul level without requiring that love to take a specific, predefined shape or fulfill an external role. And paradoxically, that very release, that courageous willingness to honor the connection for its inherent truth without attempting to control its manifestation or force it into a box, is often precisely what creates the expansive, permeable space for the most complete, most lasting, and most divinely aligned form of that soul-level connection to finally and gracefully arrive in your life. It is the cosmic dance of surrender and reception. The seventh key, the open chamber. The final door unlocks from the inside. All of the profound inner work you have undertaken, the meticulous wound clearing, the dedicated pursuit of signal coherence, the courageous karmic release, the integration of dimensional memory, the patient embrace of sacred timing, the conscious refinement of your frequency broadcast, all of it, every single step, every deep breath, every moment of self-reflection, leads inexorably here to this final, pivotal key, which is, in its essence, simultaneously, the simplest and paradoxically, the most difficult of them all. For it is the ultimate act of self-sovereignty. The final, innermost chamber of the heart, the sanctuary where divine union truly resides, does not, cannot, open from the outside. No one, absolutely no one, can unlock it for you. Not a divine counterpart, no matter how perfectly aligned they are. Not a spiritual practice, no matter how profound or ancient its lineage. Not even the perfect, breathtaking confluence of signs, synchronicities, and cosmic alignments. This sacred chamber opens, not when something external intervenes, but when you have diligently, lovingly, and persistently done enough inner work to reach a profound state where you no longer, at your deepest core, need it to open. It opens when the love you carry for yourself, a love that is so complete, so unhurried, so unconditionally accepting of every facet of your being, is so immense and self-sustaining that the eventual arrival of a divine counterpart becomes a magnificent, overflowing gift, a sacred celebration, rather than a desperate, anxiety-driven rescue mission to fill an internal void. This is not a teaching about becoming self-sufficient to the point of not needing anyone at all, of hermetically sealing yourself off from the world. True wholeness recognizes the beauty of interdependence. It is, rather, a profound teaching about arriving at a place of such genuine, authentic inner wholeness, such radical self-acceptance and self-love, that the connection you then draw into your life is built purely on the foundation of resonance, rather than the shaky, often volatile ground of need. Because need, by its very nature, connects you to whoever can temporarily alleviate the emptiness, to whoever can momentarily assuage the pain of perceived lack, often creating codependent dynamics. But true, profound resonance connects you, with unwavering magnetic force, to whoever is genuinely and authentically tuned to the very frequency of who you actually, truly are in all your glorious, evolving truth. When this final sacred key truly turns within you, something profound, palpable, and utterly magnificent shifts in your energetic field. This shift is so powerful, so undeniable, that it is intuitively felt and registered by others before you even utter a single word, before you make a conscious gesture. There is an unmistakable quality of presence, a silent yet potent language, in someone who has authentically arrived at this state of inner sovereignty. A deep settledness that emanates calm, a warmth that radiates unconditional acceptance, a profound readiness that communicates at the level of frequency long before any verbal exchanges take place. And that rare, precious quality of embodied wholeness and authentic presence is, without question, one of the most magnetic and irresistible forces in all of human experience. This, my beloved soul, is the precise, resonant state your divine counterpart is patiently, lovingly, and expectantly waiting for. Not the performance of it, not the illusion of it, not the intellectual understanding of it. They are waiting for the truth of it, the deep, undeniable, and radiant truth of your fully actualized, self-loving, coherent being. Now hear this. Not as a teaching to be intellectualized, but as a profound remembrance, a cellular knowing being transmitted directly and unequivocally into the deepest, most sacred chambers of your heart, activating ancient codes of truth. You were not abandoned by love. You were never, not for a single moment, forgotten by the vast, intricate, and infinitely loving universe. The years that often felt empty, barren, or devoid of true connection were not truly empty at all. They were, in truth, meticulously constructing something profound, something resilient, something magnificent within you, a foundation that is only now beginning to become visible, palpable, even to yourself. Every connection that, in its departure, felt like it broke your heart open, was in fact, with divine precision, breaking it open, not apart, expanding its capacity, purifying its chambers, making it vast enough to hold the love that is destined for you. Every moment of profound loneliness you endured was not, my dearest one, evidence of your unworthiness or your unlovability. It was, rather, powerful evidence of a soul too vast, too expansive, too deeply connected to its divine source to be satisfied by anything less than its true, authentic frequency match. Your soul refused to settle. You are not behind on any cosmic timeline. You are not too damaged, too broken, or too scarred by the past to receive the love you yearn for. You are not someone that love has simply passed over or overlooked. Quite the contrary. You are someone who has been, at the deepest, most intricate level of your being, in profound, sacred preparation. And the exquisite precision of that preparation, the exact, divinely orchestrated sequence of losses and profound openings, of painful lessons and liberating clearings, of dark nights of the soul and dazzling breakthroughs, has brought you, with undeniable accuracy, to this very moment. A moment in which some part of you, some awakened aspect of your consciousness, is more aligned with your divine union, more ready for its full manifestation, than it has ever been in all of your existence. The persistent, tender ache you have been carrying is not a pathology, not a flaw, not a sign of deficit. It is, in its purest form, a homing signal. It is the most honest, authentic, and vulnerable thing within you, broadcasting its truth to the most honest, authentic, and vulnerable thing within another soul. And the perceived distance between those two powerful signals is not fixed or insurmountable. It is, with every breath, with every step of your healing, consciously closing in exact divine proportion to how fully, how courageously, how authentically you allow yourself to be found, to be seen, to be known, and to be loved. The universe, in its infinite wisdom and boundless love, did not issue your soul a sacred love contract that it ever intends to leave unfulfilled. The profound invitation for this divine reunion was extended before this lifetime even began, woven into the very fabric of your pre-incarnation agreements. The reunion is not a hopeful possibility. It is written into the very architecture of your soul's path, an undeniable promise. What stands between you and its full, magnificent arrival is not some cruel twist of fate or arbitrary timing or the indifference of a universe that has somehow forgotten your sacred name. What stands between you and it is only the final, liberating clearing of what is not truly yours to carry anymore, the last vestiges of old wounds, limiting beliefs, and unreleased fears. Tonight, if you are willing, if your heart feels a gentle nudge to participate in this profound activation, place one hand, gently and deliberately, on the center of your chest. Not as a mere ritual, not as an empty gesture, but as a sacred, tangible act of profound self-recognition, an acknowledgement of the truth that resides within. And then, with immense courage and unwavering conviction, speak, either aloud in the sanctity of your space or in the silent, powerful resonance of your own energetic frequency. I am not waiting anymore. I am arriving. I am the love I have been looking for, and I am ready to recognize it in another soul without fear. This is not simply an affirmation, a hopeful statement. This is a powerful, profound activation. It is a command to the universe and a sacred declaration to your own sovereign soul that you are ready. Before you scroll, take a moment to be part of what is forming here. Drop one intention in the comments, something real from your heart journey. Then respond to someone else's with encouragement or love. This is not content. It is collective healing. Love multiplies when hearts connect. If something in this message resonated, do not keep it to yourself. Someone in your life is waiting for this exact activation. Share it. And if you felt a soul nudge, subscribe. Stay in the flow of divine love guidance. You are not just watching, you are healing. This is your sacred space, and we are just getting started. If this transmission spoke to you, don't just walk away from it. Respond to it. Help carry this message further. Every act of support helps this transmission find the next starseed who needs it.